sovereign energy, sacred boundaries, and relational prosperity. Quantum opening your field stabilizes as your yes and your no begin to shine with the same dignity. Reality reorganizes around the clarity of your frequency. The cosmos responds to coherence. Tumbas is Section 1. Deep gaze into the living myth. Sovereign energy unfolds as a living myth rather than a concept. Imagine a lighthouse on a rugged coast. The ocean is immense, generous, and unpredictable. Waves arrive with affection, urgency, or thunder. The lighthouse never abandons its post. It does not become the wave, it does not argue with the tide, and it does not dim when clouds pass. It remains present, anchored, and radiant. This is how sacred boundaries operate in a human nervous system. You remain yourself while you relate, and your light guides the ships that can meet you in respect. The archetype of the sovereign does not oppress. It blesses. It holds the center so that commerce, creativity, and communion can flourish. The sovereign within you is not a wall. It is an ecosystem with clear pathways, thresholds, and sanctuaries. When your inner sovereign awakens, your resources align, your calendar breathes, your body relaxes, and your relationships stop negotiating your worth because your worth is no longer on the table. The journey of the soul crosses 3 gates. The first gate is innocence, where love says yes to everything and exhausts itself. The second gate is the sword, where love learns to say no and feels guilty. The third gate is the grail, where love says yes and no with the same open heart, free from guilt, free from fear. In the grail, boundaries are art. They are choreography, music, and sacred geometry, shaping time, attention, and energy. Relational prosperity is the natural harvest of this geometry. It appears as fair exchanges, regenerative agreements, and collaborations that elevate every participant. When boundaries breathe, intimacy breathes. When boundaries clarify, abundance clarifies. Every yes fertilizes your purpose. Every no fertilizes your peace. Mamo, Section 2. Scientific and Psychological Foundations. Transpersonal psychology names the human as a bridge between the personal self and the larger field of consciousness. Sovereign energy emerges when the personality is aligned with transpersonal values like truth, compassion, and service. Humanistic psychology adds that authenticity, unconditional positive regard, and self-acceptance are the soil where healthy boundaries root. Boundaries are not punishments. They are definitions of responsibility and containers of meaning. Neuroplasticity proves that repeated, emotionally charged experiences sculpt neural pathways. Every time you choose a clear boundary and pair it with calm breathing and compassionate self-talk, you wire the brain for dignity under pressure. The nervous system learns safety in clarity. Polyvagal theory describes how the body tracks safety and threat. Flexible sovereignty keeps you in ventral vagal regulation more often, where curiosity, connection, and choice live. Hypercompliance and harsh withdrawal are both signs of dysregulated boundaries. Regulation restores the social engagement system, where boundaries become conversational rather than combative. Attachment research shows that secure relating requires both proximity and separateness. The dance of closeness and autonomy is the primary rhythm of adult love. When boundaries vanish, fusion appears and resentment grows. When boundaries harden into armor, isolation appears and longing grows. Sovereignty is the golden mean where your needs are acknowledged, your values are embodied, and your time becomes a truthful calendar. Practical example follows. Example of boundary in action. Statement of value. I honor my creative hours in the morning. Statement of request: I will be unavailable from 7 to 10 for calls or chats. Statement of offer: I am available after 10 and can schedule us within 24 to 48 hours. Statement of consequence: if a request arrives inside those hours, I will reply afterward without apology or explanation. This is not a script to control others. It is a ritual to instruct your nervous system. Over time, your field becomes legible. People feel the clarity and meet you there. Section 3. Applied biodecoding of boundaries and body. The body records every negotiation you make with your energy. Unresolved boundary patterns often echo in specific zones. Throat and jaw unspoken knuckle extension in the masseter and the temporomandibular joint. The throat tightens to hold back truth. Habitual compliance can show up as hoarseness, recurring sore throats, or teeth grinding, heart and sternum. Overgiving without receiving can manifest as pressure in the chest, palpitations under stress, or shallow breathing. The system tries to protect the heart by bracing the ribs. Solar plexus and stomach boundary confusion often translates into nausea, reflux, or knotted sensations below the sternum. The third chakra tries to digest other people's emotions and expectations. Lower back and hips, carrying responsibilities that do not belong to you, may appear as chronic lumbar fatigue. The pelvis locks to guard the root. Skin, saying yes when you mean no, can express as rashes or itching, the body trying to signal distance. Pass of release. Acknowledge the original contract I learned to equate love with self-erasure. Reframe the contract I integrate love with self-presence. Somatic invitation. Place one hand on the jaw, one on the heart. Exhale with a soft hum. Let the hum vibrate the throat and sternum. Micro movement. Invite a slow shake of the head for no and a subtle nod for yes until the neck feels honest. Decenter for an emotion. Whisper. I return what is not mine with gratitude. Visualize threads unhooking from your solar plexus and traveling back to their origin. Reclaim the field. Whisper I call my power back blessed and clean. Feel heat in the belly. Seal the boundary. Trace a circle clockwise around your torso with your hand, then press your palm to the navel. Biodecoding asks for symbolism and action together. The body speaks image and rhythm. Give it both. Section 4. Quantum NLP Tools for Boundary Repatterning. These tools are practical, precise, and ceremonial. Use them as daily breathwork for your mind. 1. Submodalities. Reset for the inner no. Identify a scene where you said yes but meant no. Notice the image location, size, brightness, and distance. Slide the image to the side, shrink it to a stamp, drain color, and lower the volume of associated sounds. Now create a new image of your clear no, delivered with kindness and grounded tone. Make it large, bright, and front center. Add a felt sense of warmth in the chest and a steady spine. On an exhale, snap the empowered image over the old one with a swift mental gesture. Repeat 5 times. Anchor with 2 fingers touching the wrist. The brain learns the sensory code for sovereign refusal without aggression. 2. The sovereign contract reframe. Write a belief at the top of a page. If I say no, I will be abandoned. Challenge state. This belief once protected me. It is not needed now. Desired belief. When I say no honestly, I attract relationships that honor me. Bridge installation. Recall 3 memories that support the new belief. If none exist, imagine future scenes with vivid sensory detail. Breathe slowly and read the desired belief aloud while tapping the sternum gently. The emotional brain accepts what is felt and repeated. 3. Boundary anchor installation. Choose a simple gesture like placing the hand over the heart while exhaling. Induce a resource state by recalling a moment of respected boundaries. Intensify the resource with breath and posture. As sensation peaks, perform the gesture and silently name the state sovereign calm. Release. Repeat with 3 different memories. Test by imagining a boundary challenge and activating the gesture. Adjust until a wave of steadiness arrives. 4. Timeline recode for old people pleasing. Stand and imagine a timeline on the floor. Behind you is the past, ahead the future. Step back to a memory of overgiving. From the adult present, place a hand on the younger self's shoulder in imagination and say a concise message of protection and value. Place a translucent shield around the younger self. Step forward into the present and feel the body update. Now walk the line into the near future and install a scene where you deliver a boundary with calm generosity. Breathe it into the cells. 5. 5-sentence boundary formula. Why value state the core value, such as presence, rest, or focus. I choose name the behavior that protects the value. I request invite the other to the shared agreement. I offer present a fair alternative if possible. I will state the consequence you will enact without drama. Example. I value deep focus in the mornings. I choose uninterrupted creation from 7 to 10. I request we schedule calls after 10. I offer tomorrow at 11. I will respond to messages later today. 6. 2-minute closure for leaky energetics. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Sit upright. Inhale nasal 6 counts. Exhale mouth 6 counts with a whispery ha sound. On each exhale whisper, I release obligation. On each inhale whisper, I inhale sovereignty. After 2 minutes, state a single sentence boundary aloud. The motor action locks the pattern. 7. Prosperity loop for offers and pricing. Write the offer, the energetic boundary around delivery time, and the price. Place the paper over your solar plexus. Tap gently while saying, I allow fair exchange. I allow clean yes. I allow clean number. Visualize energy moving in a loop from your heart to the world and back to your heart. This pairs money boundaries with dignity and service. Section 5. Spiritual perspective and Christic consciousness. Christic consciousness is the frequency in which love and truth are not in conflict. Compassion enters the room together with clarity. In this field, boundaries are sacraments. Each one says, I honor the divine in you and in me. I meet you as a whole being and I remain a whole being. The Buddhist view of emptiness adds that identity is fluid and interdependent. Healthy boundaries are not rigid identities. They are skillful conditions for awakening in relationship. When you draw a boundary, you compose conditions for lucidity. When you open a boundary, you compose conditions for communion. A psychomagic perspective suggests that symbolic acts speak to the unconscious with more force than rational debate. Writing your new tariff on a smooth stone and placing it on your desk tells your body that weight now carries your worth. Wearing a thread around your wrist for 21 days to honor a morning focus block tells your body that devotion has a texture. Placing a chair facing the door during a difficult conversation tells your body that exit and choice exist. Spirit meets you through these small ceremonies. Christic sovereignty blesses the other party even when disagreement is present. Your no can carry a benediction. Your yes can carry an oath. In this frequency, you do not abandon yourself or punish the other. You maintain the temple. Prosperity arises as a consequence of congruence. Dignity becomes magnetism. Service becomes a path of beauty instead of martyrdom. Section 6. Integrative ritual for mind, body, and spirit ritual name. The Lighthouse Protocol duration. 13 minutes daily for 21 days. Materials. A glass of water, a candle or small light, a smooth stone, a notebook. Steps 1. Arrival. Seat with spine tall. Place the stone in your left hand. Inhale through the nose for 4 counts. Exhale through the mouth for 6. Repeat 3 times. 2. Naming whisper. I honor my energy. Whisper I embody clear love. Whisper I protect my morning focus or any selected value. 3. Boundary breath. Inhale while tracing an invisible circle around your torso with your right hand. Exhale while pressing the palm to the navel. Repeat for 2 minutes. 4. Word of power. Speak 1 boundary sentence needed today. Keep it short and exact. Example, I will answer messages afternoon. 5. Water seal. Hold the glass of water at heart level and say, may this clarity flow through my day. Drink with slow attention. 6. Offer and consequence. Write a brief request and the consequence you will enact if the request is not met. Consequences remain kind and self-respecting. Example, I will mute notifications until after work. 7. Christic blessing. Place the stone over the heart and say, I bless all involved. I bless my truth. I bless their freedom. 8. Closure. Blow gently toward the candle or light without extinguishing it. This tells the nervous system that warmth remains. The ritual closes without drama. Weekly expansion. Choose 1 medium boundary each week, something you have avoided. Deliver it using the 5-sentence formula. Record sensations before and after. Celebrate neutrality as success. Prosperity practice. Set a fair price for a listed service. Place the stone on the written price. Breathe until the belly softens. Whisper, fair exchange nourishes all. Send the offer to 3 aligned people or channels. Accept only clean yes. Dwaki, high vibration closure. Master phrase, my love is clear. My clarity is kind. My life is sovereign. Quantum challenge for the next 24 hours. Deliver 1 boundary with calm tone and open chest. Write your value, your request, your offer, and your consequence. Enact the consequence gently if needed. Reward your nervous system with 1 hour of your favorite creative practice. Activation code Nakira Sohalamur. Speak it 3 times, then place the right hand on the heart and the left on the navel. Stand still for 1 minute. Allow a subtle warmth to gather in the belly and rise to the throat. Walk forward with the simple majesty of a lighthouse. Con amor, Andrew.